My opponent's going to be refuting on why the Hunger Free Kids Act should be modified. And one of her points is that she's doing is many students are going hungry after lunch is served because they don't get to choose what they want, and they aren't able to adjust as quickly. Children who eat at school are not adjusting to the changes quickly on the menu, and they're not used to it. High school students give it a thumbs down reviews on Michelle Obama's childhood obesity cut down on the calories. The Hunger Free Act of 2010 minimizes and maximizes the caloric intake, and children have to follow it. Kids from Kansas made a 4-minute video on YouTube called We Are Hungry, and it's because of the 850 calorie intake that they don't like. Wisconsin athletes, and that was by Bovard, Wisconsin athletes complaining 850 lunch limit is embodied with 8 nacho chips, which is not enough for the growing body, said by Pullman. It's mandatory for certain foods that kids have to eat, and they're not eating it before. In an interview by Elizabeth Shore at Ellis Elementary, she says she sees children that take food but they will not eat it and they will just throw it away, and they're coming back from recess hungrier than they were before. In Minnesota, kids are scavenging the lunchrooms for food, and in Kansas, students are bringing lunches in droves and angrily writing state representatives because of the food and laws on this Hunger Free Kids Act of 2010. Margot Wooton states, for the first time ever, these standards for sodium and trans fats are gained. There's a limit of maximum calories that they have to actually take.
My partner presented that the Hunger Free Kids Act of 2012 is leaving kids hungry, and I'm going to show that this fact proves that the act is actually working for what it was supposed to be for. So I will prove this by attacking her reasoning and her argument and turning the tables. First, my partner says that the kids are complaining that 850 calories is not enough, but the kids' opinion doesn't matter of how much calories that they should be taking in. There's 850 calorie limit is more than enough to cover the kids' daily calorie intake. According to the American Heart Association, this 850 calorie limit for girls is 47% of their daily calorie intake just for this one meal, and boys will be getting nearly 40% with the 850 calories. So even though they're saying they're not getting enough, according to reliable sources, they're getting more than enough for this meal. Now I'm going to turn the tables. My partner states that kids are being hungrier than before, and this is true, but it actually supports my claim other than hers. The Smart Parent Program .com says that children will immediately like fatty, sweet, and salty foods, and they have to learn to like the taste of real food over time. So kids don't like the food that they're being fed because it's not fatty, sweet, or salty. It's not food that they're used to tasting. It's real healthy food. This proves that the schools are now feeding them real healthy food instead of processed, unhealthy food. So the act is actually working. It's a good thing that they're being hungry. And also, Hannah Williams, a food and body coach, states that it's okay to be hungry. It's healthy to be hungry. Even though the kids are hungry, it's healthy for them. They're actually getting smaller, healthier portion sizes. So of course they're going to be hungrier than before because they're not eating the fatty junk food that they've been eating their whole lives. It's a different change. They're going to have to adjust to the diet. So my partner's evidence is true, but it supports the claim that the Hunger Free Kids Act of 2010 should remain as it is because it is effective. Now that I have refuted her argument, I will now show why the act should not be modified. The Hunger Free Kids Act should remain as it is because it improves nutrition and focuses on reducing child obesity and increases the access of meals available to students. The act improves nutrition and focuses on reducing child obesity. According to a fact sheet on the act, it sets basic standards for school wellness policies. This includes goals for nutrition promotion and education in physical activity, and also promotes nutrition and wellness in child care settings through federally subsidized child and adult care food and programs. The fact sheet also states that this act gives the USDA authority to set nutritional standards for all food regularly sold in schools. So if the government is able to control the food being sold, then they can make sure that that food is healthy. And if healthy food is being sold, then obesity will begin to decrease in schools because kids are getting the healthy food that they need. The act also increases access of meals available to students, and this was according to the fact sheet also. It increases the number of eligible children enrolled in meal programs by approximately 115,000 students, and it helps certify an average addition of 4,500 students per year to receive school meals. It also allows more universal meal access for eligible students in high-poverty communities, and it promotes the school breakfast program. This provides healthy breakfast options for kids who don't get breakfast at their homes, and this can help in the classrooms because it's proven that if you eat breakfast, you'll be more likely to stay focused throughout the school day. The Hunger Free Kids Act of 2010 has many positive aspects that can help cure the problem of obesity, therefore it should not be modified.